Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are talking all about journaling and all the sorts of benefits to journaling, why you should journal, and also some really interesting and cool journal prompts that maybe will kickstart you into a journaling habit. So this video has been super highly requested because I guess people just don't know where to start with journaling, and I am an avid journaler. I love journaling because truly I feel like journaling is such a valuable resource for taking care of your mind, your body, and your needs. So I was more than happy to film this video. So I'd like to start with some reasons why you should journal. So first and foremost, journaling is a form of self-care because journaling really allows you to devote time to yourself, to figure out what your mental needs are, anything that's bothering you. It helps you sort through decisions, it helps you kind of unwind and relax, and it also helps you process things. Another really important reason that you should journal is just creative expression. Your journal is your safe place, and so you should feel safe exploring other creative endeavors. Maybe you're a writer and you want to journal down some prompts, maybe you're an artist and you want to sketch something. Journaling can be a really great place to kind of get a creative outlet going. Additionally, if you speak another language, journaling in that language is a great way to keep practicing your writing skills. Another great reason to journal is that journaling generally tends to bring awareness to your everyday life, and therefore it's really providing you a great opportunity to self-reflect. Journaling can be very healing, both physically and emotionally. I found this really great article, and I'll link it in the info box that you can go read it. Basically, the article talks about how in different groups of people, they observe that journaling helps a lot with managing chronic pain, managing mental illness, and that kind of thing. Journaling is also a really great way for you to process difficult situations or difficult decisions that you have to make. Because your journal is a safe place, you should be allowed to write about whatever you want or whatever thoughts you want without fear of judgment. So hopefully that gives you enough reasons to start journaling. And also I just wanted to add that journaling can be as extensive or as minimal as you need it to be. The first thing is getting a journal. I recommend using an actual physical journal as opposed to using like your computer or your phone, only because there is something very therapeutic about actually writing things out by hand, and also because this is something that doesn't require a screen. It's a great thing to do before bed to help you unwind and kind of minimize that like blue light that comes from your screens. I know there's night mode and everything on iPhones now, but like, let's be real. If you're on your phone journaling, the next thing you know, you're gonna flip to Instagram, then you're gonna flip to Facebook, and then by the time you know it, it's like 2 a.m. So I prefer the variety of journals that comes like this. They're much smaller than typical like spiral notebooks, but you can absolutely use whatever you need. These were not very expensive. I just picked them up from like Office Depot. My current journal right here, I've shown you before. It's from Urban Outfitters, and what I really like about it is that it actually has a zipper thing here, so I can put stuff inside, and I'll put like birthday cards, postcards, movie tickets, stuff like that that I just want to remember. My next journal is going to be this lime green one that says, oh my god, it's so funny. It is this lime green journal right here that says doing great. I think it's so funny. I will try to find my journal and link it in the info box so that maybe if you like my journal and the style that it has, you can pick it up for yourself. But then I'll also link some cute journals that I find as well. I have an Amazon store now, and so I'll put the link for my Amazon store in the info box, but basically it just gives me the power to like pick products to curate in my own storefront, and then at the store you can click on something and it just redirects you to the Amazon page where you can actually buy it. So on to prompts. I kind of divided them up into 4 categories. I have quick list prompts, quick freestyle, to read later, and troubleshooting. Those are the 4 categories I'm going to cover in this video. So as far as the quick list prompts go, this is really for the beginner in journaling, someone who really doesn't know how to journal, isn't really comfortable with it yet. These are really easy because it's literally just making lists in your journal. So without further ado, here they are. Write 5 things that you're grateful for and be really specific about it. Just saying I'm grateful for my career isn't enough. Be really specific. Write 5 nice things that happened to you that day. Write 5 things that you're proud of yourself for doing that day. And again, be really specific. Write 5 positive affirmations for the next day. Write about 5 things that make you feel calm or happy or excited or powerful. Write about 5 things that you're really excited about. List 3 things that help you improve your mental health overall. Write down 3 things that you want to do the next day. Write down a list of 3 beings that really appreciate you, and this can include pets. So those are my quick list prompts, and generally I kind of design them to be done at the end of the day as kind of a way to self-reflect on your day and also kind of bring in some positive energy for the next day. But you can totally switch these up and do in the morning if you want. Up to you. Now we move on to our quick freestyle prompts, and so these are not in the form of lists. It requires a little more thought, and so I would recommend these for someone who's bored of maybe list prompts or they're ready to take the next step. This would be a great next step to do. So the first one is called morning pages, and essentially this is something that I do all the time. Is I just set a timer on my phone for 5 minutes and I just journal about whatever I want in the morning. It's a great way to just kind of brain dump on a page about stuff I need to do, something that's stressing me out, something I'm really excited about, something that I need to get done that day. It's just a way of getting it all on paper so that it's not buzzing around in my brain and stressing me out for the rest of the day. Another quick freestyle prompt is done at night, and it's just, what did you do that day? Walk me through your day. It can be a bed to bed situation where you talk about from the moment you got out of bed to the moment you went back to bed. Totally up to you. This is a style of journaling that I personally do every single night. I just talk about what happened during my day. Another freestyle prompt is what makes you feel loved? Maybe talk about things that make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. The next prompt is really interesting, and it's what feeds your soul. This is a little bit more involved and maybe not something you have to do every single night, but really think about what feeds your soul, what makes you happy, what really drives you. The next prompt is what makes you feel in control or powerful. This is a great prompt for someone who really struggles with anxiety, because a lot of anxiety has to do with feeling like you're out of control and you have no control over anything. But this prompt is really good because it brings awareness to moments where you do feel powerful and you do feel like you're in control. I love the next prompt. It's write a thank you letter to your body. And it can also be write a thank you letter to a particular body part, write a thank you letter to a particular body part that you don't like necessarily. This can be a really, really healing prompt to do if you take it seriously. The next prompt is kind of a fill in the blank one, and it says, on a scale from 1 to 10, my mental health is at a blank because blank. And you just fill in the blanks and you talk about where your mental health is on a scale of 1 to 10, and then also you kind of justify why you're feeling that way. The next prompt is kind of a happy one, and it's describe a time that you made a positive influence on someone else's life. The next prompt is something that can be done at any point during the day, and it's what do you need right now? Emotionally, physically, mentally. Emotional in the sense, I need a hug or I need to call my mom because I miss her. Physically in the sense of I have so much energy, I'm feeling really stressed out, I should go work out. Mentally in the sense that I'm really bored of doing my homework, I need to listen to a cool podcast or I need to read a fun book. The next prompt is what are you good at? And this can be super, super open-ended. You can talk about anything. You can talk about academically, professionally, in your relationships, like any hobbies you have. This is a really good prompt for kind of talking yourself up and being like, hey, I'm actually really good at a lot of things. The next prompt is what do I need to let go of? And this is an interesting prompt because it can really be anything. It can be, for example, maybe you got a really bad grade earlier in the week and it's really just dragging throughout the week, just that feeling of, oh my god, I did really bad, what's wrong with me? So in this journal prompt you could say, I really need to let go of that bad grade because it's affecting my current grades, it's affecting my mood, I can't sleep. I need to let go of this bad grade because my grades in the past have no bearing on my current test grades in the future. Maybe I got a really bad grade on this one test, but maybe the next test I'll get a 97. So that's an interesting prompt if you're really struggling with something and you need help letting go. Journaling about it can really, really be healing in that sense. The last prompt for my quick freestyle prompts is what could I have done better today? This is an interesting prompt to do at the end of the day when you kind of reflect on your day. And you kind of think to yourself okay, I had a good day, but what could I have done better? Because I truly believe that the only person you should compare yourself to is your previous self. And so this prompt is a really good way of addressing what you could have done better in order to improve in the future. And of course, I don't recommend coming at this prompt in a very kind of negative, self-deprecating type of way. View it as really constructive criticism. Pretend you are your own manager and you want to grow yourself. And you're thinking to yourself, I didn't do this as well as I could have. Instead of beating yourself up over it, be like, how could I have done it better? So that wraps up the freestyle prompts. Now I have a different type of prompt called to read later. And so this is something where I imagine that you write this down and then you remind yourself to read it in a certain amount of time or when you're feeling a certain way. So the first prompt is when you're feeling really happy and really confident, write a pep talk letter to yourself to read when you're feeling really sad and deflated. I love doing this because I kind of forget what I write, and so when I'm feeling really sad, I'll be like, I remember writing a letter to myself to specifically read when I'm feeling really sad. So I'll go back in my journal and I'll read it and I will just it makes me smile because the infectious enthusiasm that I had while I was writing that letter really transcribes into the present, and it really does lift my mood. This may not work for everyone, but it definitely works for me. The next one is something a little bit about kind of putting positive thoughts into the universe and trying to manifest things that you want to see happen. So describe what you want your life to look like and feel like in 5, 10, and 20 years. Once you put those thoughts out there, it's on your mind, it's in the universe, and so it'll probably happen if you take the appropriate steps to get there. A similar thing is to describe your ideal perfect relationship. Not the person, but the relationship. Describe that perfect relationship. The last letter is something really important that I think a lot of us could do, is to write a letter to your inner critic. And then the final category that I've come to is troubleshooting. And so these are journal prompts that I recommend that you do if you're having a problem with something, or maybe you're grappling with a decision. This is what you should do. So the first prompt is to journal about a stressful situation or a difficult situation that you're in right now. But instead of just journaling about it, ask yourself constructive questions the way that maybe a best friend would or a counselor would, and sincerely answer those questions honestly. If you're having a really crappy day, ask yourself, why am I having such a bad day? Once you start to kind of unpack why you're having a bad day, you may start to realize that maybe the day isn't that bad after all, or if it is bad, maybe there's a way to turn it around. And remember the acronym HALT. I did an entire video about this a while ago, so I'll put it in the info box, but basically HALT stands for hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. And so when you're addressing why you're feeling really bad, you should ask yourself, am I hungry? Am I angry? Am I lonely? Am I tired? And if I am, how can I address these? How can I fix them? If you are feeling just really stressed out and overwhelmed, honestly, just do a brain dump and get everything on that sheet of paper so that you don't have to worry about it anymore. You will feel so much better, I promise, if you just get it all on paper and be as detailed as you can about what is specifically stressing you out. In terms of making a decision that you're really struggling with, I recommend making a pros and cons list. And like I said earlier in the video, your journal is a safe place. No one is going to read it, and so you really can be as honest as you need to be in order to get the decision done. So you can really be as honest as you want in your journal, and honestly I recommend that you should be really honest, because it can be really hard holding a ton of secrets in your body and in your mind, because it really does weigh you down. But the minute that you put it in a journal, it feels a little less overbearing. Okay, so those are all the journal prompts that I have. I will of course put all of the journal prompts in the info box so that you can scroll through them and pick the ones that you like. I really hope this video helped you in kind of understanding why you should journal, some benefits of journaling, and some really great prompts for maybe people who don't know how to journal yet. So if you want to start journaling now, you should definitely give this video a thumbs up. If you already journal, give this video a thumbs up. I would love to see kind of how many people do journal, because I am such a freak about journaling. I love journaling. I do it every single night, and sometimes in the morning too for my morning pages. I really feel like it has made such a hugely positive impact on my life, and I really just want to impart that wisdom on other people, because it really does help me with stress management, managing anxiety, kind of like keeping me on track with my goals, and also helping me manifest positive energy into my life. If you have a journal prompt that I didn't talk about here but you really think is a cool one, please let me know in the comments. I am always looking for new journal prompts to do personally and also to share with my friends and family. Okay, so that is the end of this video. Thank you all so much for watching and spending this time with me. I hope you learned something cool about journaling. Maybe you're gonna start journaling too. Let me know all of your journaling thoughts in the comments down below. I would love to have a conversation with you all about journaling. I am tired of saying the word journaling now, so I'm gonna go now. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.